Hey guys, this is Darian with Healthy Life Designing. I have something pretty special for you guys today. I came across an incredible character. His name is William Morgan. He's traveling across the United States. He is such an awesome guy. He's got a great mission, and it couldn't be in a better time where everybody's so focused on the negative things. His mission is really focusing on the positive things. And welcome, William, to the show.
What's up, guys? Happy to be here. It's an amazing experience, and she is the best ever.
Thank you. Thanks for taking the time. I mean, we just connected recently, and where are you right now?
I am in Sugar Grove, Ohio right now.
Oh, yeah. Long way. You've come all the way from Connecticut.
All the way from Connecticut, 920-something miles so far.
Wow. So what started all of this traveling and your mission?
So what really started it all was a little depression, I guess, as an individual. I had everything that I could ever want. I had the beautiful girlfriend. I had the brand new car. I had my apartment, had the awesome job. I had awesome 2 jobs, Mason and a sous chef. And, I found myself not being happy where I was in life. Even though I loved the person that I was with, I didn't love who I was as an individual. I thought there would be more to life than what I was already doing. So what really kicked it off was, make it really short and sweet, So I love diving, and I love free diving, and I saw chasing coral, and I wanted to do something in the terms of helping our oceans and helping global warming. And so I looked up a reef conservation program, and I found one in Bali, Indonesia, called North Bali Reef Conservation Program, which you should go to. Amazing program, beautiful, cheap, everything. And when I went there, I saw that the plastic litter, or the garbage in the ocean was incredible. Like you'd go dive, you'd look up, and it's just a bunch of plastic above you. It's all attached to the reef. It's all flowing onto the beach, and they just collect it and burn it. So I wanted to do something that would influence more people around here that don't see the problems of the ocean. See more of the country, because I'm an adrenaline junkie. I want to explore. I want to see more. I experience more, mostly. And that's with people, places, things, everything. And this was going to give me that best opportunity. And that opportunity was to show people that what we're doing here in the States is crazy, and we need to be more focused on our spirits and our people around us and our environment.
So your trip to Bali, how long was that?
That was from March to April. So March.
And then, so what did that consist of? Was it the same routine every day? Was it like community-based things?
It was a community. It was a big program. Usually there's 70 people at this program. I showed up during the coronavirus, literally one of the last planes to leave JFK to get to Bali. And which is that's just a magnificent thing in itself, for my future and my path, and everyone. But yeah, so there was a lot of people there for teaching, not a lot for the reef conservation. But while we were there in the reef conservation, there was a recycling plant. I say plant in the the smallest terms possible. It was a little hut, and it had a shredder, it had a melter, and a bunch of boxes in it. And the boxes held all the plastic bottles, and then you can see where it goes from there. You shred them, you melt them, and then you melt them into bricks. you melt them into tiles, and you melt them into long pieces of board. And then we would rebuild the community with those tiles and boards.
Yeah. So did you learn anything about how many pounds? Like, do you have any idea of how many pounds of plastic
So
make a tile or a board?
I did not learn how many pounds.
What would you guess?
If I had to guess, to make one tile, it would take about 20 water bottles.
Wow.
Insane. Yeah. Walking these roads, it just blows my mind how many plastic bottles. I know we were just doing plastic bottles in Bali, but here it's even worse now because of Corona. You see masks, you see gloves, like that's majority of the trash that I see while I'm walking, and plastic bottles, water bottles, Coke bottles.
Which pollutes our world at the same time. Speaking of where you are, can you talk about where you were, more like a little bit more in depth of where you were before you decided to start this kind of a spiritual awakening?
Yeah. So I battled with drugs when I was younger, and older, I guess you could say. I had a heroin addiction when I was about 16, I think, 16 to about 20. And then I got help finally after a couple, tries at that, because it's the devil. And I finally got help for about 6 years. And it changed my life into a materialistic life. Honestly, it wasn't a spiritual life. It was a metistical life, or materialistic life. Sorry. And when that happened, I stayed sober and clean for a long time, for 6 years. And then I met a beautiful woman, and I fell in love. And then I got hurt right here. I got hit with something down in New Orleans. I was actually on another trip traveling the country, like a trip of a lifetime, I put it as, when I was in that place. I was the happiest person that I could ever, like, I thought I was spiritually happy and materialistically happy. And, I had a job lined up, like, very good. Like, I knew that everything was going to be on a plane. It was going to be okay. And I needed to do this trip. And I did it. And then I got seriously injured in New Orleans. I almost died. I got roofied and then jumped in some hall or some alleyway somewhere, and then I wandered around for about 3.5 hours with a TBI, broken face, broken skull, and I finally got rescued from some dude that I was trying to get in his car. And then, so after that experience happened, I became depressed because I am a very adventurous dude. I'm an adrenaline junkie. I didn't have a spirituality anymore. So there's two teardrops here. One teardrop is for the people that did it to me. I hope that they find a better way of living. And then the other teardrop was for my spirit, because it killed me. It made me feel like, okay, why am I being this way? Why am I, why did I get treated this way after being so, honest and good for so long? In the end, I think it was karma. I'm just going to throw that out there. It was probably karma in the end. And I've come to a realization now, a while ago, like that's what it was. And, now I need to just focus on being who I am. And in that process was losing the girl that I really loved, and losing, having a financial stability. I still had money, but like I lost like what I was in a hole at some point. And I just knew I had to change the way I was feeling about myself, because I only cared about other people. I only cared about how they wanted to love me, and their ideal vision of that. And that's how I kept going, okay, this is what I need to do. This is what I, be successful, be part of something.
It's you're trying to live up to other people's expectations, and then it starts to take over your life, where it's all about what everybody else wants, but not what does William want anymore. And then I think in the midst of that, it's so
what does William want?
What does William want? What does William
Yeah, I ran on that. And like I said, I went I went into a depression. I guess you could say a depression. I'm not really a depressed guy. I'm very outgoing and happy, but I did go into a little depression. I was sad about how I was living and where I was in that point of my life. And I was getting ready to marry that woman that I truly love and adore. And like she's an amazing person. And I let her down because I wasn't happy and I was faking being happy to make her happy. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And like that isn't the way I want to live anymore. And it took me to have that depression, to lose everything that I had, and then like go and see another culture and how they lived and how like their culture is 1,000 times worse than ours, but they're happier than us, than the people in the United States. That makes no sense to me. Actually, I take that back. That makes total sense to me because they are spiritual. That's all that they do, spiritual things all day long. They have, they always give to their gods every single morning. They have temples in every single community, like multiple temples. Every family has a temple, which is a concrete structure. And then when someone dies, they have another temple. That's that person as, that concrete structure. Like, that is just amazing. Like, this is how we should live our lives. We should be more spiritual and be more loving towards our own, towards everybody that surrounds us. That's what makes us who we are. But here, there's no spirituality. Spirituality has been spit out the door. It's been there's nothing left of it. It's sad, and that's what I'm trying to portray in my travels. Is that all you have to do is just opposite, like not even the opposite. Do what you love. You want to do what you love. If you don't do what you love, you're gonna be that person that's angry at the world. Have a beautiful family and you're pissed off. Like, come on, man. Go
Right.
do what you love and find your way and find your path, find your family, find your love, your living.
So what have you found so far on this journey with your travel?
Do you want to know what I found so far?
Yeah.
Are you ready for this?
A lot of different things, but what are the
ready?
positive things that you've found on your way?
I have found all positive things. Everything has been positive except for 2 instances. And I've had 10 8 or 10 cop encounters already. People calling on me. So I didn't have the experience of the person. That's the bad energy. But when the cop got there, it was like a flower blossoming. It was like, what? This is what you're doing. You're awesome. I'm gonna follow you. You know what I mean? Like, come on. It's all about who you are and the energy you give off. You give off positive and great energy, you're gonna receive it by the tenfold. You just have to be good. You have to love yourself. And like, I'm still practicing that. Like, I'm gonna be honest, today I was a little off, even though I knew I was gonna talk to you. Like last night, I was still off because I had a dream and people were in it, and I woke up and I'm like, man, like, why are you doing this to me? But I understand why it's doing it to me, because it's a lesson. It's supposed to show you, like there's beautiful people, and you have to change to, be one of those beautiful people, and in that I've, like I said, I've met hundreds so far of beautiful people. I can start listing names if that's what you want, but like Jen,
Interesting.
Jen from North Shore Coffee Co. Woo! Awesome girl. I love you, Jen. Thank you for my lattes that I was dying for months. Beautiful.
They do.
And the shower and the clothes.
What are some of the new perspectives that you've come to learn? I mean, you're walking for one thing. So have you ever endured this much exercise ever before? That's one question. But my other question is,
probably hold on the other question, because I'll probably forget it by the time I'm just kidding.
Your shoes, like, are you wearing the same pair of shoes that you left in?
Same shoes.
Oh my God.
Oh, we're about to plug in Merrell's. We're plugging in Merrell's right now, baby. Look at this. You see this shoe? Merrell. Right here. One pair so far, over 900 miles, Merrell.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
okay.
And then I forgot what the first question was. See, you see what happens there?
That's okay. What about survival? So how do you know where you're staying and what you're eating? every day?
Okay. So let's start with eating. So eating is really simple. Eating's protein, carbs, pretty much. My protein is tuna creations because it's the lightest, and there's different flavors. And I just literally put dry, crushed up ramen into that, and that gives me my carbs and protein. Also, I have instant mashed potatoes, garlic and herb. That's why I'm home. All right, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I just got some jerky, trail mix. I get trail mixes here and there. That's really heavy though. You understand? Like, it's trying to be as least weight possible, because when you're walking, 20 plus miles a day, 15 to 25 miles a day, it's it does a toll on you. And then so I have a Clark jungle hammock, best hammock ever, Clark. Oh, the best. So that can go anywhere. 2 poles, doesn't matter. It can even go on the ground. I can set it up for a flat ground, doesn't matter. That was probably the best purchase I've ever bought in my entire life, because you're off of the ground, so you don't have to deal with snakes or insects, anything like that. It doubles as a hammock. You can just chill somewhere if you want to. What else? I always try to puddle jump. So puddle jumping is getting from one water source to another water source. So it doesn't mean it doesn't have to be a lake. It could be anyone, a river, a creek, a stream, doesn't matter. I just want to get there so I can have water, 1, and 2, I like to shower because I don't like to go to bed nasty. That's just my preference on that. You'll meet people that are totally different, I tell you that much, but that's my preference.
Okay. We're going to take a quick break right there, but when we come back, William is going to have more to share on his journey, so stick around.
Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Our people make the difference.
It's a hometown bank. It's located here in Fairfield County. Branches are convenient. They're located here in Pickerington, where my office is. I'm in Lancaster a lot, and they have plenty of branches there. And I much prefer dealing with the hometown banks rather than the larger nationwide chain banks.
So far, everybody's been so personable, and for us to bank with the local bank, and we bank in Lancaster, it's been so wonderful because we'll call somebody, Steve will call somebody, and they'll get back to us right away, or they'll say, okay, we're going to make a decision in the basement tomorrow, and they'll get back to us, rather than calling a bigger bank where we had to wait and we didn't always get the same person the next time we called for a investment banking opportunity, or getting something appraised, any of those kind of things.
Everybody is very customer friendly. A lot of times I'll bring my dog Bear with me, and the staff love him here, and of course he loves them and the treats that he gets. So it's just a nice kind of a family type environment.
Personal or business banking, whatever you need, we take it seriously because we know you do. Stop by today at any of our 3 locations and see why the difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey guys, we're back. This is Darian Rolls with Healthy Life Designing. William Morgan is here. We've been talking it up about his 900 plus mile journey with his comfy shoes, and he's headed all the way to California. And his mission is really just to spread more positivity, and it's more of a spiritual journey for him. But William, go ahead.
I'm sorry it's a more spiritual journey for everyone. That's another thing I wanted to talk about was this trip isn't about me. Like, I try to tell, like, I have a sign on my bag that says recycle and Free Willy and Coral 2. Free Willy and Coral 2 is my my hashtag for, Facebook, YouTube, all that, Instagram. But, like, you can't read it. You know what I mean? A passing car can't read it. So it's like, I want people to engage. I want the people that actually want to know what I'm doing. Those are the people that I want to be influenced, because they already have somewhat of a passive way to, living freely, I guess you could say, right? So those people are the ones that are going to be able to influence even more people. That's what I really want. I want people to be happy. I want people to be part of this journey. It's not my journey, it's their journey. I want you guys to see the world and experience some great times. You know what I mean? Like,
what's been the best part of this so far? What's been the best moment so far on this journey?
Oh man. Do I have to like blow your do I have to brown nose you right now? No, I'm just kidding. I'll move forward from that. My best part of this journey, huh? That's a good one. I'm gonna have to say, all right, the most scenic one, I'm gonna say West Virginia. West Virginia was beautiful. You know, lots of hills, lots of work, but it was just a beautiful, beautiful place. I would say the best time I've had has to be Boiling Springs, PA, Pennsylvania. That is a Appalachian Trail hub. So there's like a hub there for like Appalachian Trail hikers and stuff. And while I was there, I met extremely great people. The Boiling Springs was amazing. I had a friend that I met in Harrisburg come all the way and pick me up in Boiling Springs, and then I went and hung out with him and his dad in his hunting lodge and like ate venison and like just had a great night. It was just an amazing moment, you know what I mean? I've had many of those people that I haven't, said, but this is that was a really good thing. I think he needed it as much as I did as well. Tyler, his name is Tyler Wace.
Did you expect so many people to be so welcoming to you? I mean, not knowing people and you're strangers and COVID.
Yeah, COVID, the Roni, yeah, the Rones. So no, I was actually, you know what? I think subliminally I did, but at the beginning I had my little, resentment or, resentment towards towards New Orleans. That really hurt me inside, because when I was down there, I was the same person that I am today. Very happy, outgoing. Well, I might be a little bit different now, if you understand what I mean. But like I'm pretty much the same person, outgoing, loving, and I just want to see other people as happy as I can be. That's what brings happiness, is positivity, and that your energy towards other people. That's what brings them to you, is your energy usually. So like that really destroyed me a little bit at the beginning. I was about it. I'm like, I'm doing it. I didn't have no hesitations or anything like that. I knew I was going to do it, but I knew that the first couple weeks were going to be hard for me, because I was going to be by myself, doing everything by myself, taking care of me, surviving. You know what I mean? Like, you got to do it. When it boils down, you have to do what you have to do. And to answer your question, it never really came to that point. I have not had to fight for my life, you could say, or deal with people that want to do harm to me. Everybody that I've met on this trip has been positive and wanted to help me in some way, and wanted to be part of the journey and help the earth. That has been hundreds of people so far.
That's amazing. Speaking of helping the planet, if you could give a little bit of advice on what you think people could start doing to start taking better steps in making the planet a little healthier, based on everything that you've seen. Like you've talked about, you see these masks and gloves and all this stuff on the roads. What is one thing, if you could tell people, hey, if you could just eliminate one thing or not do one thing anymore, what would that be?
So I wouldn't tell them to not do anything. That's not what I would tell them. What I would tell them is to be aware of how many single-use plastics they use in a day. Just take one day and count how many single-use plastics you use. So that's a mask, gloves, food items, it doesn't matter. Anything that you throw away a piece of plastic to, count that and see how many you have. And then realize, wow, that's a lot, because it is going to be a lot. I promise you. I did it myself. I don't know how many it would be for, other individuals, but I would be more aware of that. And then when you do that, hopefully the seed gets planted, and then that's when the person themselves. See, it's like me, like I can't be like, oh, stop using masks, stop using gloves. It's not about that.
Right.
It's about them understanding that this is how many pieces of plastic I'm using. Just use one piece of plastic less. Let's see what happens. You know what I mean? I'm coming through Ohio. I see all these like pull and peel scratch tickets. They're just like a break thing. It's like 4 lines. It's like I don't even know, like a slot machine, but on paper. And like, I see people buy hundreds of them and just throw them away. I'm like, dude, this is insanity to me. But like, hey, you can only change, what you want to change. I can't be mad at people. I can only be mad at myself. That's it. And I try to live my life like that. And that's why, like, I see a piece of trash on the side of the road, I don't get mad. I just go, if you want something to change it. Pick it up. Put it in the garbage. Guess what? You just changed it. It doesn't matter who threw it on the ground. And
if people want to learn more about how they can follow you on your journey, where can they go and find you?
Okay, you can find me at Facebook, Instagram, and it's all the same thing. Free Willy and Coral 2, 1-0. It's not Coralto.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time. There's one more thing that I didn't ask you. I wanted to ask you now. To charge your phone, because you don't have a place to plug anything in, because I just want people to know that what you're doing is doable, and you can do it. Like, you can live without a lot of things. There's a ton of other resources out there. You just have to look for it. And you wear, is it a solar type thing that you wear on your arm to charge your phone?
It's a battery pack. It's literally the size of a cell phone. And then it has 4 solar panels on top that flip out. And then, that's how it works.
And charges like what, 4 to 8 hours or something? And then
no, more than that. The solar takes more than that, but it takes 8 hours the solar, it's a big battery, and it holds about 9 iPhone battery charges in it.
Oh, wow.
So it takes about like 8 hours to charge the fully. So if you wanted to solar power, it's actually more than that. But honestly, if you're in, where you need to use solar power, you're going to be totally fine. Even with, 1 day of 8 hours or 4 hours, that'll fill your phone up twice. You'll be fine.
Nice. Well, thanks so much for making the time. If people only knew, if you guys only knew the struggles that we went through to make this happen for you guys to see this journey, you would laugh, and maybe we'll share a couple things, or at least I'll post something somehow. But I really appreciate you making the time and to share your journey. Problem. Really appreciate it.
I appreciate you reaching out, because I reached out to multiple TV news stations, and they didn't want anything to do with it. So it's a blessing, and I'm very happy to be your friend now. So
nice.
I hope that we can do great things in this world, which you're already doing. So.
And so are you. And that is all that we have time for, guys. William Morgan, check him out. He's a really great guy. You will not be disappointed following and supporting his journey. Until next time, we will see you soon.